CRM. You can deploy it anywhere, in their cloud where they host it, in your cloud that you pay for, or even on your own hardware servers. You can deploy Sugar where you want. A whole bunch of features, so I'm going to go through here. Reporting at the very top of the list. Yes, you get dashboards that are very easy, probably the easiest dashboards to configure of any dashboards. You get marketing analytics in terms of, you know, how many people have been reading your emails, how many people have been clicking on your emails, etc. What links have they been clicking on, sales trends, case reports, etc. Your marketing is right out of the box. You don't need to integrate with a Constant Contact, although that can be useful. You don't need to. You have web to lead forms built right in that create leads right away. You can turn those leads directly into contacts and opportunities, and you can get your forecasting done and your quotes and everything right through there. And then when you sell the deal, you've got support built in, case management, bug tracking, knowledge base, and even a self-service portal for the enterprise version. You can collaborate through Gmail, through Outlook integration. You can do project management. It has so many features built right in to make life easy, all in one price, all in one product. So we hope you are able to understand this. If you are looking to compare CRMs and you're wondering, is Sugar the product for you, please give us a call. We would love to be able to assist you and see whether or not Sugar meets your needs and fits for your environment.
Yeah, so that is one representative product. I mean, as the demo or video mentioned, like some of the top products are Salesforce.com, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, Sugar CRM, and so on. There's only one thing about these CRM products. See, most of these products are tuned to the sales processes and the way sales is handled in the Western world. Okay, which is a little different from what we do in India. I mean, the one difference I would like to mention clearly is that in India we are less formal about our sales. Okay, what happens is that you can have a customer who will just pick up a phone and order, and you have a customer who will just pick up the phone and cancel the order. Okay, which is less likely to happen in more developed economies. I mean, they are more rigid about the contracts, they are more rigid about making formal orders and all of that kind of stuff, right? So sometimes some of the CRM features that you will find in these products may not really relate to the Indian business context, and that is where there is a plethora of Indian softwares that are available as well. I mean, I have not, the trouble is that it's difficult to find them on the internet, okay, because we are still not really doing that. It's difficult to find their YouTube videos because probably the vendors are not doing that. But the point is, there are many CRM products which have been designed for the Indian context, and maybe if you are looking at one, you should also examine some of those products, okay, and see if they fit your requirement. So I think that is what I had to present. I mean, I will quickly put you through a small set of comparison of different products, but like you can find such comparisons on the internet. I would also like to say that take this with a pinch of salt, because not all products would always be listed there, and it's not necessary that you will always find the best product there itself, but you will have to do some research, right? So this is a comparative slide which just compares 2013 best CRM software, okay, side by side comparison, feature to feature, price to price, and all of that kind of stuff, and you can very easily get such information on the net today. Fundamentally what it means is you need to have your own understanding of how much CRM is applicable to you. You need to be able to identify what level of CRM you would like to implement, and we talked about the operational CRM, the analytical CRM, and the collaborative CRM. And having decided that, you need to do some bit of your own research to find out which products would eventually meet your requirements the best in terms of price, in terms of features. Does that sound useful?
Yes.
Okay, any questions?
I am actually in a consulting field, so I don't have my own organization, but one of my customers is a new entrepreneur. He is launching a big product and I am consulting for him. So what would be the telling signs that now you should buy and launch a formal CRM system?
See, that's why I mentioned those 4 scenarios. I mean, if you recollect, if you are somehow relating to any of those, so you are capturing customer data but not maintaining it, okay, right. You are not able to address all of your customer complaints on time, because these are the very reasons why you will lose customers, right? If that is happening, and I think every owner has a sense on that. Sure. The owner won't act. See, the trouble of an SME owner is that he has 5 problems. He can deal with one at a time. So he keeps on round robining. Right? जब वो problem intensity पे होता है तो उसकी दवा. फिर जैसे ही वो थोड़ा control में आता है, there is other one that is burning. So there are 5 fires burning around you, and you don't douse any of them as such, but you keep on doing the firefight, right? So this is where, if you are relating to any of those scenarios, I think you need a system. And the advantage is at least you will have one fire which will always be under control.
Thanks for the jine ki dawa.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, any other questions? Okay, yeah.
For CRM also.
Yeah, see, in today's world, I would suggest whenever you want to buy, always think of buy versus build, and don't think of build versus buy. I mean, avoid making a custom software for anything of your requirement unless you really need to. Because one of the costs of ownership that you do not see when you are building a software is the cost of maintenance. And in software, because maintenance is done by people and people costs keep rising every year, you will end up with a software which is costlier to maintain than it was to build. The only way to address this problem is when you buy a product, because what happens is when I am a product vendor and I would have sold my product to 500 people, the 500 people are actually sharing that cost of its maintenance. So while the maintenance cost is still rising, but because your share is only 1 out of 500 for it, it's actually within control for you. The moment you build a custom software, it's going to be maintained only for you. That's an extremely expensive proposition. So my advice is avoid buying IT products in that mode.
Another point I would say that it doesn't remain proven when you build yourself.
Correct. That is another thing. Yes, that's a big risk. So when you are custom building a software, you would be the only user of that software and you are building it. You don't know whether it will eventually come out to be a good product or bad product. If there is a product that has been already adopted by 500 customers, you at least know that part of this feature set is working for all of them. So you definitely reduce your risk also. So my advice is in IT products today, go for products, don't go for custom software development. See, custom software development happens with Indian SMEs because there is always somebody in the family, extended family, like friend circle, who is a new engineering graduate out of college waiting for a job to be found and willing to write software for you. That is not a criteria for getting a software written for your business. हाँ, मैं बना के देता हूँ सर, ज़्यादा खर्चा भी नहीं आएगा, बस मेरी पार्टी हो जाए दोस्तों की तो हो गया काम. That's not the way you build software for your business. Yeah. Yes.
So quick, because as we know, there are a number of modules,
Right.
and not every module will be useful depending
Right.
on the size of the organization.
Okay.
So if you can throw some light quickly on the useful modules of OfficeBox for the SMEs. Thank you.
Okay. See, at OfficeBox, I think our approach to CRM has been, we have not done what classical CRM softwares do. Typically, all the Western CRM softwares are extremely and highly integrated with Outlook and all those email clients. That is because they very frequently communicate using email, right? Because we in India mostly rely on telecalling or phone conversations and SMS messaging. OfficeBox has a feature set which is around that area of work. Okay. Second important difference is that flavor-wise it is Indian. I mean, every feature of the product has been built keeping an Indian user in mind. Okay. So I would suggest, so it doesn't look like Salesforce.com or it doesn't look like SugarCRM.com. And another important feature I would like to highlight of OfficeBox CRM is its rules engine. See, the whole point is that the biggest problem in communication in India is not about capturing communication. It's about directing that communication to the right person who will take up the follow-up. Right. For example, customer complaints. In many organizations, the customer complaints come to the front desk, but they never. It's a much difficult path internally within the organization to make it reach to the right person who will respond. और वो हर बार वही होता है. I mean that scenario that I wrote, right, कि आपके organization से एक ही बार बात बहुत बार करना पड़ता है ये मैंने इंडिया में बहुत बड़ी बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के साथ फेस किया है. I have been interacting with whenever I had to interact with say large cell phone providers, it's very difficult. I mean, they are not even able to address some of the basic billing queries or plan queries. Okay, they always say that they'll get back to me, but they sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do get back to me, but get back to me with an irrelevant person who has not understood my question. So we are trying to address that particular problem through a rules engine which can be configured. So what happens is the moment an inquiry comes in, you can set up rules कि अगर inquiry ये geography से आई है, इस particular product के लिए आई है, तो ये इसके पास जानी चाहिए. And our CRM is more for the internal work than so much for the external work, because I think the communication problem is a bigger problem in Indian enterprises internally than it is outbound. So you need to solve that problem as well. So that is what OfficeBox handles. I mean, these inquiries can be auto-routed. So the moment there is a sales inquiry for a particular product, say for example, I am a hardware dealer and I sell HP, I sell IBM, I sell whatnot. The moment an inquiry comes for an HP laptop, it automatically can be routed through SMS to my sales guy who is looking at HP products. The advantage of rerouting it on an SMS is it doesn't matter whether he is in office or not. The inquiry is not lost. It just goes to him. He can always look up the SMS, make a phone call to the customer and talk. So we have tried to work it on that aspect of CRM rather than very formally going through what Western CRMs do. Right? Okay. Thank you.
Sirish. We know you have to rush to some other place for another session he has to conduct. Sirish is the person who implemented this IT structure in my office. I took his help. Thanks for that, for saving me from data cluster and duplicating. You also take benefit of, this is the Thai culture. If you really want to implement CRM at your place and take his prior appointment, he will definitely, I think, help you out with your specific problems and how to you solve through CRM tools. I think Nitin also was there in CRM software earlier. Now he is into some other thing. So a lot of resource person are there with us. We thank Sirish for sharing many things about tools which are there for measuring CRM and implementing. I request our ED to present a small memento to Sirish. Thank you.
Thank you.
So after the tools, it is said if you can't measure anything, you can't grow that thing.